The nurse is delivering the food trays, and Harry inquires about his neighbor there, Will. What's his story? Why is he like that? And the nurse says, oh, Will used to be a computer geek. And he broke the Stone Cold Melton's computer. And that prompted Stone Cold Melton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom Mary Ann. I'm the son of a carpenter, I get to tell parables. That inspired the son of a carpenter and Mary to make a parable, a video, telling everyone that computer nerds actively involved in America's hijacked internet and phones, our lifelines, they are no more than common traitors and should be treated as such. They're undermining the security of America. Try to call me right now, 424-229-4140. See what I mean? Not 193 check, not 1911. Flight 93 check and 9 years of asking. No certified mail either. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409. Los Angeles, California 90065. Make a video of that mail. It's going to be stolen. And it takes just 5 minutes to make that video of your hijack call to me, not one. 911, Flight 93 check and a decade of asking. Now back to my parable. The nurse goes on to say that Will, he was watching that video and he gave Stone Cold Melton, the man in the shadows with the light of truth, the finger for telling him the truth, telling the world the truth about him. And it was at that exact moment he was given that video. The finger, the exact moment was when the lightning bolt out of a clear blue sky struck Will, and it froze his muscles in that particular finger given position. Oh, I don't know about any lightning bolts. If you heard or saw something, it was probably Sandra, guardian angel, cloud designer, a bowling. She likes to bowl. And I will take some photos of Sandra as she's bowling. You know, the flash of the flash. But that's probably what they saw. I don't know anything. You know how wild stories get started. Yeah, another computer. The last one was broke by Windows updates constantly. More than is needed. Updates. Updates to intensely annoy, to keep me from designing. A whole lot of folks are worried about one man and his imagery. Do that Flight 93 check. We the people must be the reporters. They're not doing the job. You call me up in front of reporters, network news anchors, local news anchors, any and all in the public eye. Tell that network news anchor that everything is fake news. Compared. I'm working on that supermodel career. It just happened. I need to time these better. I'm talking about something serious and I'm holding this up. Tell that network news anchor that everything is fake news compared to your family's lifeline not working and not knowing when else it won't be allowed to work. Yes, they're what placed that cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. Thought it was bad taste when I didn't get one 9/11 Flight 93 check in a decade, including that a terrorist cell as an administration. Not getting one speaks volumes. Yeah. I've got my answer to Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? You get yours. While you're at it, Jesus has another question. Is Bill Gates a terrorist? Better yet, is Bill Gates a traitor to his country? We'll let Hussein have the terrorist thing. I've had those 93 checks asking you to check America's Lifelines. Make that video of that phone. See that phone as every child in America's Lifelines to the firemen, police, paramedics. I've had those on. My videos asking for that. Not getting one. On Bill Gates' OneDrives and Google Drives for that decade. And not one. And Gates and Google are becoming Indian givers over that of free space because of those 93 checks on there. So you do that military children's burning check in front of Bill Gates and all of his Microsoft community, their PC crowd. You see them giving away computers to pat themselves on the back, get a little free PR. You check and post in 5 in front of that, and you say, this is Bill Gates actively taking part. Microsoft breaking John Milton Bridges' computers. 2 now. As part of their active participation, they're good, Great Wall of People laptops. Make that video. You can call up Microsoft. I had to spend hours on the phone to get the broken computer now. Which Windows Defender, you turn it off if it's having problems with your external hard drives. That's the problem. I turned it off. I turned off the notifications portion of it, and yes, it's high-tech toys sending that a message. It's a broken computer. And yes, this one as well had those constant Windows updates. And yes, Microsoft can reach me with those codes for those emails I got with the OneDrives that have the space on them. So you ask them, how do you reach this man? Well, I've talked to them on the phone. I haven't talked to Google on the phone. I have got texts from them for those security codes for their emails. You ask Microsoft, what is your very active part in this? When else will my phone not be allowed to work because of what you're actively taking part in? And yes, that is, what are you trying to do? Are you attempting to overthrow the government? That's treason, Microsoft. Active participation in America's high-tech lifelines, that's personal security. Your lifeline to the firemen, police, paramedics. Whatever boring thing you get when you try to call me, for phone ringing, error message, busy signal. Whatever boring thing you get, it's not going to be boring. If you need firemen, police, paramedics, and I think all good cops, firemen, and soldiers can tell you that if because you're a Christian or because you're not the big name in your business, you live in the wrong town, your phone's not allowed to work for whatever reason, wrong political party. If your phone's not allowed to work, it's going to be just as newsworthy as me asking for that 9/11 Flight 93 check for a decade and not getting one. Make that video, post that video, and call up Bill Gates and ask him. Call up Microsoft, every employee they got. What is your active part in this? What are you trying to do? Get their reactions and post. Now let me get my sugar check out of the way. Apparently it takes a whole lot of blood sugar to grow a new pair of eyes, a whole new body. And medical research being passed by my doctors that I've had cannot talk about the change in eyes. I brought it up with each of them, each set. Convalesced the hospital from hell. Yeah, I lost 80 pounds with, I call them stigmata wounds. They're genetic wounds. If you've seen them, yes, the ankle biter wound that started as a big solid circle and then morphed into a pipe mark looking thing. Those kind of things, and the eyes. I'm going to show you the 9 years ago photo of eyes that are mostly brown, just like they were when they started changing in Louisiana in 1996. And then from 5 years ago, that's the eyes with the smaller brownish circles visible, bigger bluish circles growing in through and around. The new eyes are bigger, and at times the lids will, part of that genetics, the lids will kind of lift up. Oh, check it out in some of those photos when you see both together, the more squinty eyes and the bigger eyes. Yeah, sometimes that's because I'm outside and squinting, but it's more than that. It's up to 12 minutes. Remember, it's Sunday. Call up that Mormon church or temple, and they've interrupted your time enough. 182. You check and post at 5. They can, just like Microsoft, Bill Gates, they can show up on my call log, my call record. Last one was 2 weeks. Was 2 years from about 4 weeks ago, I guess. If you've tried to call me in the past 2 years, look for that particular video, last one added. And yeah, that's you not showing up. That thing I said about not being newsworthy. The folks who are hijacking our lifelines, who knows what they're thinking of doing, they are worried enough about all your phone records covered up. So you make that video, you got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. When you got video proof, and millions of Americans have video proof of the hijacking of America's lifelines, we have PhoneGate. And PhoneGate, yeah, Trump, buffoon Russian guy in there. Comic relief after they placed that cowardly Hussein, after being attacked by all those cowardly Husseins. They'll come and go. Microsoft is going to be a thorn in our side till they are dismantled for their active Great Wall of Evil laptop activities. Now there's 9 years ago, you can see a little bit of lighter color. And here's one from 5 years ago, a whole lot more light color, and that ring, the smaller, browner eyes. Slowly but surely disappearing. Let me show you in the bathroom, and I'll end it. Oh, you definitely said you call up the those Mormon Latter-day Saint temples and churches, or you get the numbers of those folks as they're at church, and you ask, what's your active part? Well, look for the red phone in that Melton's Call Log playlist on youtube.com/DNFD series. Look for the red phone. A little hazy. The white part a little bit more raised in the center than it was yesterday. Red phone has the Latter-day Saint missionaries on it as far as a Them reaching me by phone. Ask them that. Also gotten mail from them. How do you show up? Do you have to talk to the cowardly Hussein placers themselves to get yourself to be able to taunt Milton about his real job? Oh, graphic art's just a secondary job. Real job is building Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. Come tell me about the perfect place to do that. Best people to start building with. You gotta do it in person. The devil hijacks your calls to me. Make a video of that. That's your lifeline. You don't know when else it won't be allowed to work. And come tell me what you believe. Doesn't have to be something you hear in church. You don't even have to go to church. It's religious censorship when you can't call me up to tell me. When you can't ask me what I mean by it. Jesus' immaculate house, the Christ complexes. That's religious censorship, and yes, so was 9/11. The outside attack and then the inside attack with the cowardly Hussein in our White House. Come see me. Let's get started building a better world. Tear down the Great Wall of Evil has just me and all of this imagery and all of these videos, and let's get started on those 1,000 points of light worldwide to inspire the future and the present to greatness with. Come tell me what that place needs. Aside from truth, it's the cornerstone of Jesus' immaculate house.